And All Saints has struggled with this a lot. You've got folks in the Middle East who are really struggling. And we talk about conflicts that's lasted thousands of years between the Palestinians and the Israelis. But if you really break it down and you say, what's the real problem? In my estimation, I'm not an expert in this stuff, but as I look at this stuff, and I've watched All Saints struggle with this for years, in my mind, problems are made so much worse if there's poverty. If you can take poverty away, you can solve just about anything. People who hated each other when there wasn't enough food and their kid went to bed hungry every night. Things get a lot better when that parent can feed their kid every night. The anguish, the anger, the sort of hatred can go away and become reasonable and actually turn into civility. So the proposal is to do massive amounts of targeted microlending. We've seen this work. Grameen Bank, and the founder of Grameen Bank won a Nobel Prize for this. What you do is you give very small amounts of money to groups of people. Traditionally, you give it to women because women have amazing payback rates. You give it to a group of them, you create a situation where they're held responsible, but they're also supported. You make it a fair interest rate, and you give it to those folks, you give it to the grandmother who bakes bread for the neighborhood for free. And you tell her, hey, we want you to hire a whole bunch of the neighborhood kids who might otherwise be getting in trouble. You choose who they are. All we're asking is that you're producing bread and you're selling it at some reasonable rate. You're asking the person who has this sort of little house cafe in their living room. What we want you to do is we want you to turn that into a restaurant, with all the things that a restaurant would have. We want you to charge reasonable rates, but we want you to do this in a way that's good for your community, and you decide what that is. And you multiply that hundreds and thousands of times, and the amount of money you spend is far less than even the cheapest fighter that I have out there.